Hi there. You know, pancakes are a favorite in this house. And just the other day I was about to make a batch, and I reached out for the sugar. And my son said, "Mom, why sugar? I thought we used agave nectar for everything." And you know, I thought he was making a really smart choice. And the truth of the matter is, agave nectar does taste better than sugar. It is sweeter than sugar, and it has a better nutritional value than sugar. So it was quite a win for me that my son was making a good decision. Now, I don't know if it was a decision based on taste or actual nutritional value. But you know what, that's not the point today. So you see me here in my kitchen today with my flour, my brown eggs, my agave nectar, my milk, my whisk, you know, and that's just because I'm preparing to make a batch of pancakes. And I began to think about how God created us, how He took so much thought into making us the people we are today, how He took so much thought into forming us. You know, many times we watch the chefs on television trying to make a wonderful meal, you know, and they follow their recipes to the T. We know of women in their kitchen following a recipe, making sure that every spoonful and everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, just because they want that high-quality food. They want to satisfy the taste buds of the person who's going to eat the food, whether it be them or a critique or a family member, whoever it might be. And you know, they just want to give our tongue, our taste buds, the sheer pleasure of enjoying really good food. And chefs are usually fond of saying that a good meal starts with the highest quality, the freshest produce that you can lay your hands on. And it really got me thinking about how God came about to making us. And I remember a favorite verse of mine in the book of Psalms that says, "For you created my innermost being, and you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that fully well." And that's found in the book of Psalm 139, verses 13 and 14. And this was David just talking about how well God created him, how he knew that God had put so much thought into making him the person that he was, that God had a desire and a purpose for making him even before the foundation of the world. And look at what he says. He says, "My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body, and all the days ordained for me were written in your book, before one of them ever came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God! How vast is the sum of them! Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of the sand. And when I awake, I am still with you." He says, how precious to me, oh God, are your thoughts towards me. He talks about how God made his innermost being in the secret place, how God wove him, just like silk is woven. You know, when somebody's preparing for a special occasion, they look for just the best fabric to make their wedding dress or whatever it is they're trying to put together. And that's exactly how God made us. He made us with a lot of thought. He thought about the best of products to put us together. He thought about just exactly what he wanted when he was forming each one of us. We were created with a recipe in mind. You know, I love to say that when God created a particular being, he threw the cast away. And that's exactly how he made you. There is not another you on the face of the earth. You are the best you that there is. Because when God created you, he threw the cast away. He molded you and he got rid of the cast. There isn't another one like you. And that is just how special and unique you are, that God formed you. And you know, the more I thought about making my pancakes and using my brown eggs versus my white eggs, and using my agave nectar versus my sugar, and using my whole wheat unbleached flour versus my processed white flour, the more I thought about how much thought went into God's creation of you, how much thought went into God's creation of me. God didn't just put us together, bing, bang, boom, and that's it. And so I want to encourage you to love those baseball bat legs if that's what you have. If your arms are the skinny ones or they're huge, just love what God made you to be. He made you for his own pleasure. Just the same way we spend hours in the kitchen to make something that's just delightful to our taste buds. He made you so that you could be pleasurable to him. Every part of you, there is no part of you that is a mistake. David acknowledges God when he says that God created him wonderfully and fearfully. Fearfully meaning that God put so much thought into meeting every part of his body, into meeting every part of his frame, into putting together every part of your 4'9" or 5'2" or 6.5 frame. God made you with intent and with a lot of thought. And I need you to know that today, that you were created with so much thought. You were created without a mistake. God had a reason for putting you together the way he put you together. Your skin color, your eyes, your hair, just your legs, your frame, whatever the world wants to categorize you as. God has you into the category of wonderfully and fearfully made. And I want you to believe that. I want you to know that. And I want it to sink deeply. Because David said that, I know that fully well. I know it deep within my knower that God made me with intent, with thought, with purpose. And he made me beautifully and wonderfully too. And I want you to go away with that thought today as you go about your day. God bless you again as you've spent time with me. Bye for now.